YouTube. How are you today? It is Melissa from the Top Drawer RVA. I know you usually see me furniture painting or fixing or DIYing something in my own home, but today I thought we could go on a little adventure. Let's go to the Goodwill because number one, it's one of my favorite stores to shop at. It's cheap, it's fast, and the inventory is always changing. But number two, I never know what I'm going to find. It's always a surprise at the local Goodwill. So as a furniture painter, I probably hit the thrift stores like 2 to 3 times a week. No joke. I am always there. And this one is only like 4 minutes away from my house, which is perfect for me to just pop in anytime I have a free second. I look for certain things. I always stop in the glassware section, the furniture section, and then like the small painted wood area because I always need a project. As a brand ambassador at Dixie Belle, I'm always looking for something to paint and flip and make fabulous. So let's go check out what our local Goodwill here in Richmond, Virginia has today.
So I totally recommend getting a cart because I always think I don't need one, and then you need one. And first, of course, check out the furniture section. This is a beauty, but at $75 is way above my budget, but a beautiful piece. A piece like this could just be sanded down and made beautiful. It wouldn't even need a touch of paint. Next up, this $25 cutie. I actually really like this piece. The size was great, the drawers open smoothly. It's not really a high-end quality piece, but it is dovetailed and totally paintable. Do you think that I took it? I didn't. My shed is already full, so I passed on this one. Next up, these cutie little wall hangers. I actually really like them. The glass knobs were different than what I normally see. You could use them as a pair or just as an individual, but the price point did not work for me again. Don't sleep on the photo section. You need to go check out the photos and mirrors that they always have available. Some of it is handmade and super cute. There's a big market for cottagecore right now, so if you were selling more vintagey items, that would be a great piece for you. Even this little wall sitter, super cute. You could stick a photo in it. Adorable. And then I saw this tray. It was really cute. I like the shape. I like the handles. Somebody obviously made it. To be honest, I could just take this and put it directly in my booth and sell it. At $4.99, it's not bad, but I also have a lot of trays already in my booth. I do them quite often, and my job is painting and flipping, not really just buying and selling. Up next, this handsome little guy. How cute is this little angel? It's an adorable cherub, and it was made of some sort of ceramic. I thought it might be a great candidate for patina or patina paint, but I'm just not really thinking it's a summertime item, maybe more of a Christmas item. Then out of the corner of my eye, I saw this vintage pattern. I immediately went down and picked it up and had a look. It is a little picnic basket. I can't really decide if it's handmade or if it was store-bought, but it is adorable. I love the pattern, very vintage. I think I will take this one with me. So why do I shop the glassware? Especially when there's creepy spiders. Actually, there's always bugs. There's always going to be a little creepy crawly at the Goodwill. You never know what you might find. But I often shop the glassware because I am a wine drinker. And believe it or not, I have gotten some amazing sets of crystal wine glasses from the local Goodwill. And since I am a little bit lazy and I always put them in the dishwasher, the price point is perfect for me because if they break, I can always just look for more. Another section that I always seem to look at is the gold, brass, and silver aisles. I love these vintage containers to hold flowers on my table. The thing is, I already have about 4 or 5, so I didn't take these home with me today. But when you gather them together and put beautiful blooms in those on your table in the summer, it is a whole vintage vibe. I actually really love that look. And FYI, that silver is totally paintable if you use a little bit of slick stick before you paint. I am also a collector of candlesticks. These ones were spray painted. Somebody had some brass candlesticks, which I love, and spray painted them in that kind of off silver color. So I picked them up, put them in my cart, but ultimately ended up putting them back. And then I hit the Goodwill jackpot. Check out this mirror. totally vintage, under 10 bucks, and this, my friends, is going to be perfect for a wall in my home. This charcuterie board was under 6 bucks, and I definitely have a project that I can do with that. So, overall, what did I take home with me today? I took that beautiful picnic basket, that gorgeous mirror, and that beautiful charcuterie board. 3 items, 1 day shopping at the Goodwill. So what is my idea for the charcuterie board? Well, I'm going to simply add a transfer to that charcuterie board and then take it to my little booth spot at the Lazy Daisy in Short Pump. This $10 retro vintage picnic basket really doesn't need much TLC. We can clean it up and fix it with some Howdy Do Hemp Oil. I like to apply my hemp oil with an applicator pad. It's soft and it helps the oil absorb into the wood very easily. So I'm just going to gently wipe it down with the oil, and this is going to refresh and revive that wood, make it a little bit shiny, and bring it back to life. Super simple, easy flip. I'm going to do this inside and outside of the box. And like I said, it's just going to shine everything up and make it look new and fresh. But I have a feeling that this little picnic basket is going to go quick at the booth. Anything that's a vintagey 1970s item that looks like this always flies out the door. Hemp oil is easily wiped on, and then you come back a couple hours later and wipe it back again to make sure you don't have any leftover oily residue. But for this picnic basket, all I did was clean it, add the hemp oil, and put a price tag on it. And what's up next? Let's work on that little charcuterie board together.
So one of the fastest ways for me to transform something, and as you can see, I've got a lot of projects all the time going on. It's kind of part of my job. So one of the fastest ways that I can transform something into a thing that I would put in my booth to sell is by using transfers. Transfers are under the Bells and Whistles line on the Dixie Belle paint page, and they're really cool. And I'm going to show you how I am going to transform this tiny little cutting board to something that I can put a little price tag on and make some cash while I'm at it. Let's show you what's inside. So each transfer comes with a silica pack. Obviously, do not eat silica pack. It comes with the tiny little tool that you would use to scrape on the transfer, and then it has an instruction sheet inside. This is the Magnolia Garden. This is being discontinued. This is actually, this was one of Dixie Belle's most popular transfers that they had, and it is completely sold out. Unless you have a local retailer, you can find this at your local retailer. So what's inside the transfer? Let me show you real quick. You've got 4 sheets of images, okay? So this one has a big image. There's a big Magnolia, which I'm not using, too big for this project. But on the other 3 sheets, you have images of flowers. Now these are perfect. People love flowers, and it's springtime. So this is a great time to put this on this decorative cutting board, and we could seal it. And then of course on the tag, I'm going to say, you know, please do not use for eating off of, because even though it's sealed, it's not like 100% food safe. The other question I might have about this piece is there wax on this? I mean, it's a manufactured cutting board. I don't think there is. So I'm gonna see if my transfer will stick, and I'm gonna take you along the journey with me. Kind of like the cotton better than the flowers, like for this, but it just looks like a better color match, if you ask me. So let's look at the cotton. Let's cut up some of the cotton images and see what we can do about putting this onto the cutting board. I'm gonna take this transfer and I'm gonna cut out the images that I plan on using. I'll probably cut out more than I'm really gonna need, but at least they will be here for when I want them. So let's cut out the cotton. And even this little branch right here, maybe, because we can layer. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is talk about how transfer works. I'll show you really quick, and then I'm gonna try and stick it on this board, because again, it's an experiment. It might not, whoops, it might not work, because this feels a little shiny to me. And transfers have a sticky back to them, so it needs to be wax free, and I don't know if this is waxed or not, but we will see. So you have this sheet, this is the backing sheet on your transfer, and then you have your image sheet. This is sticky. Okay, and this is a part that's going to stick down onto your project, and you'll use that small little tool to burnish it down. So let's chop them up and see what we can do.
So this is simple transfer application. Cut out the shape and size of the piece that you want to use, peel off the backing and adhere it to your piece. Because I really don't know what's on this board, it feels a little waxy. I'm not sure if it's gonna stick, but it did. It worked. It actually stuck easy peasy, and I was able to apply my beautiful transfer onto this decorative charcuterie board. You can continue to apply the transfer over as much as you want. You can bend it around the corners, the edges. I applied just kind of like a little bit of cotton trailing down the side and one small branch, and I was done. The whole project took me maybe 5 minutes max.
So how fast was that? Super fast, right? Like 5 minutes of scraping a transfer down, and it's so, so cute. So I'm just gonna add, yikes, I'm gonna add a little twine tie at the end here, and then now I'm gonna seal this project. I'm gonna seal this with Dixie Belle's clear coat. I'm just gonna wipe on this satin clear coat to give it a protective finish. I will mark on the tag before I take this to the booth that this is for decorative use only. I don't want people like eating off of this, putting their cutting knives on it, or putting it in the dishwasher, because it wouldn't last for that. But it is very pretty for decorative use only, and I think this is a win.
So last but not least, that mirror. If you have been following me for a little while, you know that I just freshly redid my bedroom, and part of my bedroom is this wall of gold. So when I saw that mirror for under 10 bucks, I knew I could put it up there on my collection and it would look fabulous. I am a big collector of vintage gold mirrors. One of the mirrors actually that's hanging up on the wall is from my grandma's collection. So I kind of started early collecting gold mirrors when I took one from her and then found the exact same match at a local thrift store a couple years later. So I have been hoarding frames and gold mirrors. I often use them in staging when I take pictures of my painted furniture. I just think that they look fabulous, and this was my dream of a wall of gold and vintagey items. I absolutely love it. I think once I get a couple more, I'll probably take them all down and then hang them all back up again. It's kind of part of the fun, is redecorating and deciding what's going to go where. So pretty much everything you see in this photo is either given to me by my grandma, the chair, the mirror, or me thrifting, which is the frames, the dresser, the photos. It's all a perfect match and it comes together seamlessly. Even these little brass candle holders, I purchased them from a local Goodwill. So don't be afraid to reuse, recycle, and find your dream projects.
So mine is like the scary spiders. That was a pretty good haul, I think. Getting 3 items, 2 for the booth and 1 for me, because I do sell my items here locally in Richmond, Virginia at the Lazy Daisy here in Short Pump. I have inventory coming out my ears when I'm painting projects 2 to 3 times a week. I need somewhere to take them. And Michelle LeChuc from the Lazy Daisy has 9 locations here across the state of Virginia. So there's always something fun to be found at the Lazy Daisy. It's kind of like the Goodwill, but an upgrade, because you're going to get people DIYing their Goodwill projects and their thrifted items, and then creating like little vignettes and booths, and she has fabulous things. So if you're ever in the Richmond, Virginia area and you felt like stopping by, come check out my stuff at the Lazy Daisy in Short Pump.